definitely has severe issues. He's been diagnosed, my understanding, from dealing with his family with bipolar depression, as well as what I can see in my interactions with him is that very high levels of ADHD, being able to focus. And so what happened on that day was he was extremely worried, didn't know what to do, panic, couldn't deal with all the problems going on in his life, and decided to freeze and not know how to deal with that.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Texas, Allen.
Brad Thornton for Mr. Allen.
And are you Mr. Allen?
Yeah.
All right. Are you the same Mr. Allen who was placed on community supervision in 2015 CR 3927 for the offense of burglary of a habitation on March 19, 2019 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Judge, we also have.
Mountcastle, what are you doing? It's Mountcastle.
Okay, yes.
There's another motion to revoke.
Oh, there's a second motion?
No, there's a second case. It's a DWI.
Oh, I have it. Yeah. And the court is also calling 2019 CR 10147W. Did you review the motion to revoke community supervision in that case as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Terrell Allen who was placed on community supervision in 2019 CR 10147W for the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more on October 11, 2019 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And excuse me, could I get a file stamp for motion to revoke? And state, are you proceeding on the same allegations in each motion?
Yes, Judge. The state intends on proceeding on one, waiving and abandoning, if you would, when the state can make that announcement.
All right, you may proceed.
So,
Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Payne.
for cause number 2015 CR 3927, the state will proceed on violation of condition number 2, but the state will waive and abandon the other violations alleged.
Any objections to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
And then in cause number 2019 CR 10147W, the state will proceed on violation of condition number 2 and waive and abandon the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and state if you'll read the violation into the record, please.
Yes, violation number 2 for both cause numbers on or about the 24th day of February 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Terrell Allen, defendant there failed to submit to drug testing as directed by the supervision officer and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that violation in each of the cause numbers, true or not true?
Sure, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2 and cause number 2015 CR 3927, the court could find it true, grant the motion and sentence you up to 3 years in the prison? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. And cause number 2019 CR 10147W. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion and sentence you up to 8 years in the prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 8?
Condition number 2.
I'm sorry, condition number 2. Knowing that, do you still wish to proceed with your plea of true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then the court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Judge.
Yes.
It is different recommendations for the 2 cause numbers. For cause number 2015 CR 3927, the state is recommending termination unsuccessful, but defendant has already been sentenced on that one. The recommendation for cause number 2019 CR 10147W, the state is recommending continued probation, but to complete state ISF cognitive track followed by ISP.
All right, so are you saying that he's already been sentenced in cause number 2015 CR 3927?
The state does see that this is the second MTR and defendant was adjudicated from deferred.
Okay.
That's what we're under the impression of.
Yes, no, he's on regular probation or community supervision. And so his maximum sentence is 3 years in that cause number. So probation?
Judge, on that cause number, that case expired March 18th of 2022. The court is aware of that.
All right, so and cause number 2015 CR 3927, the court is finding it true. The court will terminate you unsatisfactorily. And just 1 moment. All right. So then let's move on to the 2019 CR 10147W. State, you're requesting ISF?
Yes, Judge. Cognitive track followed by ISP.
All right. Defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Allen, back in 2022, that was the day where there was an extremely bad snowstorm that occurred. And so they called him in to do a test, and he expressed that he didn't feel like he could do it safely that day and wanted to do it a different day. And so he made the decision not to do that. My client owned all of the evaluations. We looked at it, but probation has never been evaluated for mental health issues. Yet in dealing with him and talking to his family, he definitely has severe issues. He's been diagnosed, my understanding, from dealing with his family with bipolar depression, as well as what I can see in my interactions with him is that very high levels of ADHD, being able to focus. And so what happened on that day was he was extremely worried, didn't know what to do, panic, couldn't deal with all the problems going on in his life, and decided to freeze and not know how to deal with that.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? I'm sorry, what are you talking about? I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
And he hasn't had any issues since then. We think that the proper thing to deal with in the situation is to address those mental health issues now, and that he would be successful in the remaining terms of his probation, and that's what the freeze up was. It wasn't an issue of him using or being dirty. It was him legitimately being afraid because of the conditions on that particular day in terms of being icy. And so we think that this is an appropriate way to remedy both of those situations, is to continue letting him be successful, but also with a cognitive track addressing the issues.
Thank you to be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Yes.
On the IC day, I have the 2 kids, right? Of course, the kids have a mom. Mom was in middle school while mom
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
was at the hospital. I only had me. It was me, the 2 kids, right? And of course, everyone seems say the last dance with Julie Roberts, or yes. Okay, yeah. I can't drive. You know, I don't want to take my kids to you can't take your kids anywhere, can you? No. So I mean, I was arguing with the probation officer. I was like, "Can I please go tomorrow?" She's like, "No, Mr. Allen, I have to go."
Okay, so here's the thing. You've been missing since 2019.
For this day.
So, but here's the thing.
Mhm.
2019, do the math. How many years have expired since 2019 and you still haven't come in? The only time you came in was because you were arrested.
22.
Right, Your Honor. And we can present testimony on this, Your Honor. I've talked to his family, interviewed them.
No, I'm just trying to let him know
Right.
that what he's given me are excuses,
Absolutely.
and these are life. This is life, right? Everybody has different things they have to do in life, right? Now you have some people who say, "Oh, I'm not going to go to the store today. I'm not going to do this, but there are no real consequences for that. I mean, you don't have something to eat that day. But the consequences are you could potentially go to prison. So since from 2019 to now, have you gone to the grocery store?
Yes, sure.
All right, so you found a way to do that, but you didn't find a way to contact your probation officer and come in. Since 2019 to now, have you taken your children to school? So you haven't taken them to school, so that means somebody else was taking them to school, so you could have come in. So don't come to me with excuses because you haven't done anything since 2019. You understand? Probation, what are you requesting?
Judge, the recommendation on Montgomery and date item though.
I mean, he hasn't been around since 2019.
We're under the impression it was 2022 when he failed.
Was.
All right, so that's still not good because that's 3
He
years.
he was on the very last end of drug court. In fact, he was waiting for the certificate to graduate from the drug court.
No, and see, that's the other thing with drug court. I know they give people chances, and I know from drug court, and you correct me if I'm wrong, when you don't show up for something for drug court, they don't immediately put you out of the program.
Can they help me?
Yeah,
Your Honor, and
but they can't help you if they don't see you.
I appreciate you for recommending me to drug court because that helped me out in my adult life, my full life period. Discover a bunch of things. I didn't realize I had a problem. I always thought, I don't have. I just didn't want to stop, And
No, I told you had a problem. That's why I sent you to drug court.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. It did help me out tremendously. It's like I always thought I was Superman. It's like, how many times have you heard? I'm pretty sure I get this a bunch, right? It's like, hey man, you sound white. I'm like, I speak English.
No, I don't get people saying I sound white. If they say I sound white, then that's their prejudice that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Because what does that mean to sound white? What are you trying to say?
I get it all the time, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
He's talking about himself, Your Honor.
No, okay, so he needs to sign the trial court certification. He hasn't signed that. And probation, did he pay the $57 restitution to SAPD? All right, state.
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is going to grant the motion. Do y'all want to speak to years? His minimum is 8 years.
Judge, that is the full range. The state has no comment on the range.
All right, thank you. Maybe excuse. Yes.
Have you be permitted to present some brief testimony?
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to call Pamela Williams.
Ellen?
Pamela Williams.
Rebecca, you.
We call her.
Hello. Hi. Hi. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Pamela Williams,
All right, defense, you may proceed.
How are you related to Mr. Allen?
my grandson.
And you've been part of his life the past 10 years.
Yes.
And so when he first was placed on probation and then did not go in probation, what type of things did you see in terms of what was going on in his life and his ability to deal with problems?
Well, Terrell has been having, we've been telling him Terrell has been having mental problems for a while. He don't deal with things good, depression, bipolar episodes, different things like that. We've been trying to get him to deal with. I think I spoke to you and told you that he just needs some help, As far as I know, I've been trying to help him. He says he's gonna do one thing and then, he bounces back from another. So we've been trying to help Terrell get this thing situated. But I think Terrell needs some help. I'm his grandmother. If I thought I'm this type of grandmother, if I thought he was a menace to society, I'd tell y'all, do what you got to do. But Terrell needs some help, mental help, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
He really does. And sometimes they hide things from me. I'm grandma,
Mm-hmm.
but I've noticed things. You know, he's been through really bad depression, but I think he just needs some mental help. And
Let me ask you, there's a time where he was making poor decisions with the
Mhm.
burglary and the DWI.
Mhm.
Have you seen changes in him where he's staying out of trouble and not hanging out with the bad friends?
oh, he's changed. He's changed. He's so changed. He stayed locked up in a room all day, and so we were even afraid that he was going to, do something. He's changed. He's really changed, but he just needs some mental help.
Have you seen the alcohol or the drug issues that were going
No,
on?
no. He doesn't have any.
And you saw that before,
Sure, yeah, I saw it before.
and you haven't seen that now.
No, because I told him when you're a child, you behave as a child, but become a man, you got to put away some things. So I haven't seen those things. And like I say, he really does, Your Honor. He has some problems, some issues that are not, I say, a menace to society. I think he just needs some help.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, I'm the type of grandmother that I tell them the truth about things. Like I'm telling you the truth. I really think he needs some mental health. Terrell is not, I guess you hear this all the time. Terrell is not a bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. And I just think he needs some help. And we asked, that's just.
And if whatever the judge decides to do, whether it send him to prison and he gets out or gives him the help, you don't see the problems in him that were going on back with it. So you're not concerned about alcohol or drug abuse
No, not at all.
or the criminal behavior.
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay, I pass it.
Not at all.
All right, any questions?
No questions from the state now.
All right, so this is what I want you to understand.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate your coming down and telling me things about him,
Yes, ma'am.
but I don't want you to go away thinking that help wasn't offered to him, because the felony drug court where I sent him,
Mm-hmm.
they have a dual diagnosis problem.
Mm-hmm.
So they check for mental health issues. They will give them mental health help.
Mm-hmm.
They will give them help with their drug addictions. They do all of that. It is a global wraparound service
Okay.
for people who are in that program. And that's why I sent him there. And felony drug court is different, and these treatment courts are different from different courts, right?
Uh-huh.
From your regular courts, I should say. Now, of course, based upon my knowledge, I will use what I've learned from the different treatment courts in this court sometimes. I see if somebody has mental health issues or if they have a drug issue, then I try to get them help for that.
Right.
And I always tell people, if you have a drug issue, mental health issue, and you let me know about it and I don't give you anything to help with that,
Mm-hmm.
then that's my fault. But if you tell me, I'm fine, there's nothing, right? So with regards to your grandson,
Mm-hmm.
I knew the issues he had because he was on probation in this court for 2 cases.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I sent him to felony drug court instead of revoking him at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, felony drug court, when people miss reporting
Mm-hmm.
and they go missing, because sometimes people will, what they say, fall off the wagon,
Mm-hmm.
go back to their old ways. They will do their best to work with them and try to find them. They have probation officers who will go out to wherever their old haunts were.
Mm-hmm.
They will walk, they will go on corners, everything to try to find them, to get them back in compliance before they issue a motion to revoke.
Mm-hmm.
So when these treatment courts do a motion to revoke, they've tried everything. There's nothing else for them to do. So I want you to understand that he was offered the help, and he was in felony drug court, and he didn't follow through.
May I speak?
Sure.
Well, I was thinking sometimes they don't really, you say he need help.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody say they need help.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it takes a while for them to realize
Mm-hmm.
that they really need help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, seriously.
Yeah.
For a long time, he didn't think he needed any help.
Oh, no, I understand. That is why.
Everybody was saying he needed help.
No. That is why when he picked up a new charge,
Mhm.
because he was previously here for a different felony case,
Mhm.
and then he ends up picking up a DWI. That's why I didn't revoke him,
Mhm.
because I knew he needed help.
Right.
And that's why he went to felony drug court.
Mhm.
And felony drug court is intensive. They have something they have to do every single day.
Mhm.
So, you can only offer somebody so much help, and then when they don't follow through, they don't follow through.
Like I said, I think
Yeah.
Terrell didn't know And
Okay.
I'm serious, because we've been telling him for
Mhm.
years that you need help.
Yeah.
But I think he was in the mindset that I don't really think I need help,
Okay.
you know, and I know you said you probably sent him different places and you
Mhm.
saw it, I saw it,
Yeah.
his parents saw it, but I think he just finally began to see it.
Mhm.
He really needs help.
Okay.
He really needs help. And I'm asking you,
Mhm.
he really needs help.
All right.
I'm
Well,
asking him a chance.
Well, I appreciate you for coming down and telling me things about your grandson.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any other witnesses?
No, the witnesses, John.
All right. If you'll come forward. All right. So, Mr. Allen, you know that the court has given you a chance, more than one chance.
You helped me out a lot.
Yeah. You were on probation, then you picked up a new felony. Then I sent you to felony drug court. And felony drug court, they have a dual diagnosis program to work with you with mental health, to work with you with drug issues. Felony drug court, when you, and anything I'm saying, if it's incorrect, let me know.
I don't think my grandmother was.
Yeah. No. I'm not talking about, I'm just,
Yeah, no,
what I'm
no.
saying now, if what I'm saying is incorrect, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Felony drug court, when you get out of compliance and you go missing, they send people out to try to find you, to bring you back in.
I felt love to drug court.
Okay.
Judge Glenn for mayor, you know, I love Judge Glenn.
All right. So,
Finish felony report. Just need to.
Yeah. okay. All right. The court is going to grant the motion. The court is going to order therapeutic community, give you credit for any time served. How much time are you asking for, counsel?
With credit for time served,
Yeah, you get credit for time served.
we haven't. I haven't
So the
figured
range
that.
of punishment for him is anywhere from 2 to 8 years. How much are you asking for?
Oh, in terms of being sentenced? Okay,
Mhm.
we're asking for 2. And let me tell you why we're asking for that, Your Honor, is because you heard from the testimony that, you know, he's turned his life around. He just has an extremely poor decision-making process. And we think the sooner he gets back in society, the sooner he can build off of where he is now, which is understanding of what's going on. And I think if the court chooses to punish him with that, which we would understand and appreciate, the lowest number to allow him to jump back into society, see his kids, and build off of the good place he is in his life right now would be the best thing for him. So we're asking for 2 years. All right.
All right. I'm going to sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. I'll request the therapeutic community for you. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
We just now talked about it, Your Honor. I can go over to the.
All right, because this is because this is not a plea bargain agreement, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you when you're released from prison. If you need anything and I'm here and you need help, just let me know.
May I ask how much back time I have?
Sure. Huh?
May I ask?
We'll find out. I'll tell you.